Skadoosh! What's going on, guys? Good morning. I hope you are having an awesome day. As I'm talking, I already noticed a weird little ink thing going on, but let's go through my pocket money from the last few days of doing jobs around town, as well as buying and selling stuff in the old hobby world. So let's get to it. Great thing about this hobby is, worst case, I don't find anything and I still have the same amount of money. Right off tops, I can see an ink issue. Bada bing, you can see that right there on that 6. We got a misprinted 6 right in the serial number. So usually, if this is in really good condition, which this one's not, I could get pretty good value for this, like 8 to 10, maybe even upwards of 20 bucks over face value of this $10 note. Now, this one's really beat up. If it was in really good condition, maybe even more than that, but this is a minor ink issue. Aside from that, nothing in the serial number. But if you think about it, still, 30 bucks for a $10 note is pretty darn good. Other areas to keep an eye out for is misprints, where they do these trees. You'll see kind of blurring of ink, green ink over to the sides. And then around here where these repetitious 10s are, that is a anti-counterfeiting measure. And so in here, it actually forms, well, what they refer to as a little constellation, which is right about there. Sometimes you'll get some ink issues. I'm going to set that aside because it's got that weird 6. $5 note, Series 2017A, so millions of those printed. Nothing jumping out in the serial number. A little weird on this 5. Kind of heavy printed, but not enough or dramatic enough for me to hold on to. Back of the note, really cool depiction of the Lincoln Memorial. Really, really awesome building to visit, whether you care about Lincoln or not. There's tons of cool stuff to do in Washington. And we will be heading up there in just a few weeks, so keep tuned for videos for that. Nothing on this guy. Another $5 note. Kind of cool, 9429. A couple of 9s in there, a couple of 2s in there. If it's not a pattern or fancy serial number, not going to command anything over face value, but still pretty cool. I like the redesign in the early 2000s of $5 notes. And nothing really jumping out. Lots of damage to the back there. A little bit of a ticker note, odometer bill, whatever you want to refer to it as. 6/4 sitting a little bit higher. But unless it's really dramatic in the 40-50% variation, kind of sitting up or down, generally up, it's not going to be an error note. I do see them, however, go on eBay for a couple bucks over, in this case, $1 face value. But I don't personally collect those unless, again, they're really dramatic. This one's in the best shape of the bills we've looked through so far. But nothing jumping out on the back. A couple of 7s in there. No date notes, no birthday notes. My birthday was like 3 days ago, and I've yet to find a May 3rd birthday note. So if you find a May 3rd, 1989, any denomination bill, I don't care if it's even an American note, I will buy it from you. So just send me an email with a picture of it. Love to give you some money over face value. Nothing jumping out on that last note, nothing on the back. You'll want to keep an eye out on $1 notes right around the seals. It's not super common necessarily, but you'll find sometimes some blurring, especially in the kind of visions, or whatever you want to call them, versions of the number 13. Can't really talk this morning. And then here, just kind of where there's a lot of detail around this pyramid with the all-seeing eye. Nothing else going on there. 2017A, another one. Really beat up. This one's been folded in a wallet or in a pocket or a sock or something. So all this damage would detract from face value, or I'm sorry, value over face value if it were collectible. Condition, condition, condition. And nothing jumping out on the back. And 2017A, another one. Really nice condition, though. This one's pretty crisp. Use this for a soda out of the vending machine later. Nothing to talk about design-wise with $1 notes. They haven't updated or changed them since the late 50s, early 60s, when they added "In God We Trust." And if you notice here, I get asked about this a lot. This is a wet ink transfer. You can see it's like almost the collar of Washington. It's either pressed through from the printing of the front, or when they first print them and stack them, wet ink is transferred from one to another. Threes are sitting a little high, but not enough for me to hold on to. Dallas, Texas is this seal here. If you're interested in all the makeup of just notes in general, I do have videos that cover kind of the makeup of the notes, the type of paper that's used. It's a cotton linen mix, kind of the different iterations of $1, $2, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s, all the US banknotes in a bunch of different videos. So check those out if you don't find that stuff boring and you want to see what's going on with the makeup of US currency. Cleveland, Ohio seal. Little bit of a shift up in this treasury seal, but not off the word 1, so it's not going to be an error. Nothing going on there. Close to a date note, but a couple digits away. Almost February, and then if we would have had like 01/12/84. But I like to stay in the dates that are when the U.S. was formulated or kind of began. So 1775, 76, and onward, personally, is what I like to hold on to. But to each their own. If you want to collect it, collect it. And beat up on the back of this $10 note, but really cool picture of the U.S. Treasury building. Really, really boring looking building in person. It's very stark and tannish, but still kind of neat, and you can take like a little mini tour, although they've shut down a bunch of the tours in D.C., so that's kind of a bummer. Nothing in the serial number on this $1 note. Back of the note. Nothing really jumping out. For a second there, I thought right here by the eye, there was a little blurring going on, but it's normal. My eyes deceive me. And nothing going on. I like to keep an eye out around where it says Novus Ordo Seclorum or the Roman numerals for 1776 at the base of the pyramid there. Nothing else jumping out. Hey, nice little star note. By nice, I mean beat up, but I love me a star note. We'll look this one up at the end of the video, so if you're interested in what your star note might be worth, or its rarity, or just more info on it, then stay tuned at the end and I will show you how to do that. Or skip to the end if you're bored already. 2017, it's real beat up, so that's going to detract from it. Now, star notes that are in really good condition can usually sell for $3 to $5, even standard ones. And other interesting parts of it is that star notes are printed previous to the run, so these serial numbers are not actually matching with the notes that they replace when those notes are damaged or affected during the printing process. So that's kind of cool, meaning there can be duplicates out there of that serial number. Set that aside. Getting down there, a few more notes. Thanks for joining me in the video. Definitely hit the subscribe button and share the videos out. And of course, always let me know in the comments what you're coming across in your garage sale searches, storage unit buys, bill searches, coin searches. If you watch my videos, you know that if it can be collected, I collect it. This would have been a really awesome note. Somebody got lucky with the 66 on the end. 66744 so a radar where you can read it forward to backward, backward to forward, and it would have been a repeater, and it would have had bookends of 66. So this one's 2 digits off, but hey, somebody out there with that nice 66744 bill is sitting on $10, $20, if not more, to the right collector. And nothing on the back. Another $5 note. These are my favorite 5s other than really, really old ones. Yeah, a little bit of wonkiness. At first look in the camera, you're like, hey, that serial number's way off. It's because this note is just, look at that thing. Folded up, beat up, getting old like me. So that is actually not an error, just kind of deceiving to the eye with all the damage. Nothing on the back there, and missing some ink. Back to the $1 bills, folded up, horizontally and vertically. And we got a little bit of a misprint. Normally you don't see it in the middle of the serial number like that, where it starts at that 8. And that's from the little rotary dial that prints the serial numbers as they run through on a sheet during the printing process. Those will get gummed up because they're improperly lubricated by silly humans like us. And it prints the serial number all off like that. Nothing on the back. A little bit of damage is going to detract away from the ability to see if it is collectible. Good old-fashioned over-ink on the third digit. Super common on 2017 and 2013 notes, so I won't harp on that. But I don't really collect them unless it's just really, really, really dramatic of an over-ink. Nothing going on there. Good repetition of 4s and 9s, but no pattern. 2003 series, so oldest one in this search so far. Only difference in this one is going to be the signature of the Treasurer of the United States and Secretary of the Treasury. The next bills coming out are the first ones to feature 2 female signatures, so that's pretty cool. 2013 series $5 note. Kind of neat with the ones there, but again, if it's not repeating, really I look for binary notes. At worst, trinary notes with 3 digits, but they're going to be repeaters. So like 223344 and throughout the serial number. In this case, it's not enough for me to hold on to, not enough of a pattern, so to speak. And nothing on the back. Getting down there, we'll shoot through these last 3. Thank you so much for joining. Share and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video or want to see more. This one's kind of neat. Look at that weird serial number at the end there. Kind of up on both of those circles. Zeros at the end, but this thing is beat to all get out, as you can tell with the tears, the folds, and it's been water damaged, so if it was collectible, that would kill the value over face value. Kind of neat, 2781, 2741. If we would have had an 8 there with a repeater or 4 in the beginning, so 2741, 2741, or 2781, 2781, I would have held on to that for sure as a repeater. It wouldn't have been crazy valuable, but I would have looked to sell it for 15 to 20 bucks. And this one's not in bad condition despite a little bit of a crease here in the center. And nothing going on there. Last but not least, 2017 A note does not have the over ink on the second or third digit as we are used to. But nothing in the serial number, a little beat up, but good enough to spend on breakfast later. And nothing jumping out on the back. So what did we hold on to? First find was right off the jump, which was this wonky 6. Like I said, it could be in better condition, but I'm looking to sell this bad boy for 20 to 30 bucks even as it is at my local currency shop. That's where I sell a lot of my stuff. I used to sell on eBay a lot, and then there's also lots of auction sites specific to currency as well as Facebook pages. I frequent those as well, but I really like this over ink 6. And a good old star note. If you watch any of my videos, you know I love star notes. This one's really beat up. It also is not a fancy serial number aside from the star, so I'll probably let it back out into the wild. But let's jump on to the interwebs and see what the deal is by looking up this star note serial number and getting a little bit more info. Let's get to it. Alright, so we hopped over to my currency collection and I'm putting in the denomination and the year of our star note that we found. And then I'm going to put in the serial number, including a asterisk for the star, and hit look up your star note. This will give us some more information on the run size, the replacement type, as well as the total printed. Now, if the total printed is a lower number, then you're usually sitting on a rare star note, and in this case, it's a little later in the run, and we can click under General Info, and it'll kind of give us a little more breakdown of this, and the run number, as well as where this one sat in the run. So this one might sit in good condition in that $3 to $5 range, since it's a pretty standard star note. Let me know what you've come across in your coin and bill searches, and thanks for watching the video.